Hello everybody, I am Angry Bird. Today the cast we've got coming to you is from the first Steel Division 2 official championship. This was filmed live on Twitch and I hope you enjoy. So first up we have Frubblord playing the first Polish infantry division on Vanguard income. We've seen this deck before from him, and he is a very strong player with this deck. Really loves using it. So definitely, I think this will be a great game between the two players. What can we say about this deck? Well, the T-34-76ers very strong. The T-34-76ers in C phase, you know, there's a lot of them. That's why I'm saying they're strong. 22 of them in total, 45 points apiece. And remember, prior to that, he's also got like 18 T-34Es, so he has a lot of tanks, 48 tanks in total. But the 5th Panzer, you know, they get a lot of heavy tanks and they can deal with those T-34s fairly easily. I think, again, like every game we say, the key to the first Polish is the IL-2M cluster bombers. It's whether the player can manage to keep those IL-2 cluster bombers on the field and take out the heavy tanks with them. The anti-tank tab doesn't really favour, you know, it isn't fantastic. The Su-85s, 2-star vetted in B phase, they will definitely help out, but I think it's all going to be down to the IL-2M cluster bombers. And really, I think Arturo Diaz has to concentrate on his anti-air and taking them out. But we do know that the 5th Panzer is not exceptionally fantastic at its anti-air play. So here we have it, Arturo Diaz. He is playing the 5th Panzer and he is on balanced income. So I guess Frubblord's got to attack fairly early on that Vanguard income, and Arturo Diaz, again, it's going to be a case of can he hold off the attacks of Frubblord into that balanced phase C income. He's got the I think that's 6 Panther Gs and 8 Tigers in C phase, so just a huge number of heavy tanks. And he has a lot of Tigers in this deck, you know, 3 in A phase, 4 in B phase, along with 5 Panthers. There are a lot of heavy tanks, but they are quite expensive. So this is going to be an interesting game. He's got the Pack 40s as well. They can do a fantastic job against T-34s. I think this is going to be a great game to watch. He's got the Flak 43s in A phase, the 37 mils. He's got 4 of them in B phase, along with 4 Flak 88s in C phase, but he doesn't really have any fighters, and potentially that could be to his detriment. He has the ME410 B2/U2. It's the ground attack plane that can be fantastic. If it gets behind an enemy fighter, that fighter is done for. But the lack of agility really means that it really struggles in them fighter-on-fighter engagements. I am ready for this game. I hope this game is going to be a fantastic one. I really think it is going to be. So let's just get straight into the action. So we have Frubblord on the left-hand side in red, playing as the 1st Polish Infantry Division on Vanguard income. Looks like he's going strong up in a lot of positions in the more central areas of this map. Ciano. Arturo Diaz is on the right-hand side in blue, playing the 5th Panzer on balanced income. And again, a fairly balanced setup, nothing too much further down. Tizers 52, thank you very much for the follow. Potentially, I think this central town is going to see a lot of action, as it normally does on Ciano. A lot of action is concentrated into this central area. Halberg's thinking that Arturo may well pick up the victory in this game. Magna Ognia, the flamethrowers, do manage to push forwards, and actually that's a nice little position. Potentially might get overwhelmed. More of them are coming in, but they go down in the half track, and in comes a Tiger E, very early Tiger E into this central town. We do have the SDKZ 250/9 as well, more flamethrowers going down, and yeah, I think potentially a bad setup there, because all of those flamethrowers came one after the other. They didn't come in a tight little group, and the first one made it. I think if the others would have come in at the same time, potentially you could have helped them out, but no, it didn't happen that way, and actually Frubblord sort of pegged back in this central town. The Tiger E is going to be a massive threat in that centre town. It's going to be how Frubblord deals with taking that out. It's kind of strange that the Arturo's opted to take it in that central town and not in this sort of central area. Frubblord does get into this central town. We did miss that engagement as we were concentrating on the more northern town, but Frubblord did manage to get troops in here, and potentially a 250/10 could go down as well. But Frubblord takes the early 13-11 thanks to this flag. But Arturo is on the move. Flammenwerfer is pushing forwards with Panzergrens. There are Sappersi also pushing forwards, and I think Frubblord's actually going to have more success in this southern area than he is in the northern area, and it depends whether he does recognize that and push forwards in the south. It looks like Arturo, actually, he's got a number of troops in here, and I think with the Tiger 8 at the moment, he has the advantage in this central northern central town. I think he could actually press forwards potentially. We do have a combat coming in to reinforce and up-vet these troops. Oh, look at this sneaky Su-57. Oh, nearly a shot onto the Tiger, but he needs to back that away. Crew panicked, yeah. Oh, and in comes an IL-2M. Will he take it out? Yes, he does. Yes, he does. Those IL-2Ms, that is what you have to keep at bay in this first Polish deck. You have to keep those IL-2Ms at bay, and losing that early Tiger, wow, that will really hurt Arturo Diaz, and all of his units are in full retreat. Frubblord's pressing forward with the Desant Gzolgawis and the M3A1 half tracks. He's really putting the pressure on Arturo Diaz right now. That IL-2 really opened this map, and look at the Su-57. Wow, fantastic moves down into this area, and could really press the advantage. But we do have reinforcing Tiger E from Arturo Diaz. Will it have to be round 2 with the IL-2M? I think he's gonna continue to hold on to this ground. The flag is a little bit further back. It gives Arturo Diaz a chance to hold off, but look at the fire coming in from the 252Ps and the ZIS-3 taking out the Pack 36. It looks like Frubblord may well be advancing in the north as well. He's certainly on fire early on in this game. He has cleared up the infantry that was down here. Arturo has lost a lot of units. I think it's going to come down to whether he can hold on to the ground with his tanks, because infantry against infantry is going to lose out, certainly in the early game, and definitely, well, in the long game as well. The 1st Polish Infantry, they are famous for their C-phase depth of infantry, and yeah, it's going to be whether Arturo can hold on to these heavy tanks for as long as possible, maintain the ground, because he really does have the advantage in the tank engagement front. And Frubblord is going to have to be careful. He's going to have to keep those IL-2Ms alive. And look at this micro pushing forwards into the house to negate the use of the Flammenwerfer, but he is pinned down before he can do that and does surrender. So Arturo Diaz maintains position. A PTRS coming into that northern state, but the Panzer IV-H does see it in time and get the kill. More reinforcements coming in. Oh, potentially an attack forwards with those Sappersi, but I don't think, yeah, reallocated. I was about to say, I don't think they'll get through with the Panzer IV-H there. Turret stuck onto the Tiger E from the Su-57 from the south. Beautiful play with this Su-57. Absolutely fantastic play. Oh, we saw earlier on in this tournament, Frubblord is a specialist with these Su-57s. Turret stuck on the Tiger E, and what fantastic plays. He's pushing even further forwards. Wow, amazing plays by Frubblord, who will win out in this one-on-one clash between the Flammenwerfer and the Ognjimachiki, or the Ognia. Usually it's kind of a 1-for-1. They take each other out. It depends who gets the first shot off, but full-on advances in this central town. Arturo Diaz has been rocked by the Tiger E loss and the turret stuck on the reinforcing one. The Pack 40 is pinned down and under trouble. Look at the advances that Frubblord's made. He's really secured his position on this southern side, and wow, minimal units now for Arturo Diaz. Flammenwerfer is somehow making it past the Su-57 and actually recovering the ground here, but look at the position in this Su-57. Actually, he's in trouble with the Flak 43. That Flak 43 could take out the half track here. Frubblord's got to be careful. That Su-57 does go down. He loses a major advantage in that little position that he was in, providing the recon optics, but but also the ability to just ambush reinforcing units. That Su-57, a big loss, but let's face it, Frubblord has more in his deck. Can bring more out. He has a 16-8 right now. 12 minutes left on the clock. Arturo Diaz will not make it to C phase unless he stems the attack of Frubblord early on in this game. We've got an IL-2M rocket plane coming in, and these things are fantastic with the 250 kilogram HE bomb loadout, 2 of them on that plane, and they can certainly hamper the infantry of Arturo Diaz. Frubblord's taken an early lead and he's really pressing forwards. Crew kill down on the T-34E from the Panzerfaust. Will it survive? Will it be able to get a second shot off on the T-34E further back? No, it's just out of range, but surely will take out the other one. Does move away, potentially might just survive. The IL-2M does come down with the rockets, pins down the Panzergrens in the northern side. The Panzergren in the central area did go down to the T-34E. Flak 43 does come in, but it's immediately under pressure. The Flak 43 is the front line right now, and it is immediately under pressure. It is not where he wants that Flak 43. He's desperately trying to move it north. The guys, they're desperately pushing this Flak 43 as fast as possible, but unfortunately it's not fast enough. The T-34E spots it, and they're going to have to open up onto that tank. But Frubblord decided not to engage and instead move in position, and I think potentially that Flak 43, it is still a 37mm cannon, can do a fair bit of stress damage onto that T-34E. Does engage now and gets the first shot. Those Strelky CKM mightily close to the fallout from that flak gun, but Frubblord's got himself a major advantage in this northern side right now. 2 T-34Es reinforcing. There is still a Pak 36-37 mil that could do some decent damage. The Flak 43 down to 2 men. That T-34E is just hounding that Flak 43, and it's not what Arturo Diaz will want, because he needs the anti-air and his air force to really hold at bay the IL-2Ms, but he's in real trouble right now. Only 10 minutes left on the clock, may not even make it, but another IL-2M potentially targeting the Panzergrens coming forwards. I think possibly they did lose sight. Potentially these bombs may not land on target. I think just behind the position, so Frubblord does miss out on that attack. Let's just quickly look back down to the south. The Tanko Desaniki or the Desant Kazalgawi do move forward. The Panzer IV under attack from the Zis 3 gun, but it is mighty low on APCR and it's fully out of HE shells, but it should still be able to deal with the Panzer IV. Potentially, yeah, it does get the armor crack, and that's a big blow in the southern side as well. A lot of units taken out in this southern area. Frubblord is up right now, but the Pak 40 is still potentially going to be a threat to this central area. The northern side advances being made by Frubblord with the T-34Es. We're almost into B phase. Can you believe it? Only 10 minutes into this game. Flareman 911, thank you for the follow. Almost into B phase. 10 minutes into this game and only 10 minutes left on the clock, so we won't even make it to C phase at this stage of time. Arturo Diaz has to find a way to stem the tide, to stem the attacks, and even push back into Frubblord in B phase. He will get the income advantage in B phase, but he certainly won't overrule the advantage so far. The IL-2M does come in, but I think potentially maybe lost sight of its target there and is circling behind the flak gun that was in that center. Did go down to the T-34. Another Tiger E comes into the center, as well as an Opel Blitz munition to fix up the turret stuck one, and with 2 of them there, potentially they can start to push back. The flag is lost from these Desant Kozolgawis in the southern area, but an IL-2M coming in there as well. Let's have a look at the northern side. The IL-2M cluster bomber does find the turret stuck Tiger E, desperately trying to get the bombs off. Will that Tiger E get behind cover in time? I don't think he quite will. The IL-2M coming in for the strike. The support truck is there as well. Will he get the kill? Yes, he does. Those IL-2Ms so powerful, and now a fully laden supply truck has no unit for it to resupply. Big loss on the Tiger E there. But Arturo Diaz, he has a hell of a lot of them in his deck. He has a lot of Tiger E's. He has a lot of Panthers. It's just whether he can make it far enough that he can bring those units out onto the battlefield, and at the moment he may not be able to do that. Frubblord up to a 19-5, just 4 minutes left on the clock, and certainly in this southern side, Frubblord's got complete control. I mean, he doesn't really have too many units there. He must have just been microing very successfully to take out the units that are there, and I feel like this Flammenwerfers, wow, this is going to be an interesting fight against the Descent Kazalgawi. They're out of the Molotov cocktails. There's only the Flammenwerfers are going to push forward. Oof! The Tiger did go down. I think, was that the T-34E? It must have been the T-34E that took down that Tiger. Wow. And Frubblord as well, yeah, signaling the T-34E, took that Tiger down. Will the Flammenwerfers go down? Yes, they do go down to the Descent Kazalgawi. And will the MG42? No, not quite being able to engage. And look at the territory swing. Frubblord about to hit a 24. Yes, does hit a 20-4 flag lead. 3 minutes left of this final, this semi-final, sorry. 3 minutes left of the semi-final. The T-34E and the M3A1 pushing forwards. Frubblord, what did I feed? My T-34 to one-shot a Tiger. Yes, that was unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. Scout Spirit says Frubblord's micro is on point today. It is. I think he is very, very on point. It is going to be a fantastic final against Lolly. I am kind of suggesting that Frubblord is going to win this one. Let's follow in the attack of the ME410. B2 does manage to hit. Wow, look at the skin on this plane as well. I've never noticed it. Absolutely beautiful plane. Beautiful plane. Look at that. I have not seen the skin on this plane before. Beautiful to see. Fantastic. But in comes Frubblord's Yak 1B, and will it be able to get the kill? Well, Arturo is going to have to take that one out of there, because, yeah, I think he would lose out to the Yak 1B. More Tigers coming in into this northern side. Will they be able to stem the time? They've got 1.5 minutes to do a lot of work, and potentially I'm not quite sure it's going to be successful. Mickey's saying it's a pretty bad divisional matchup, and I don't know whether it is a bad divisional matchup. I think potentially on this map the 5th Panzer aren't as strong as the 1st Polish, but I wouldn't necessarily say 5th Panzer versus 1st Polish is a bad matchup. I think on this map the 1st Polish has the advantage, but I don't necessarily want to say it was a complete, write-off. I think if Frubblord would maybe have not been on his game, if Arturo would have been playing better, maybe Frubblord would have been playing worse, maybe this game could have been different. But I think the previous game, maybe it was a bad matchup, Second Guards Tank Corps versus Hartnett. But in this game, I think, wow, look at this Tiger E. I mean, potentially it could still gain ground here, and does take out the M3A, the Tiger, the T-34. Potentially could gain ground further north. Mickey saying, yeah, he means on the map. Yeah, I can understand that. I think on the map, yeah. I think on the map, the 1st Polish were at the advantage. This is more of an infantry map. You can still use your tanks fairly effectively, especially in this more southern area. But yes, I think more of an infantry map than a tank map. But congratulations to Frubblord, picks up the victory. 14 minutes 54 seconds, and it all started with that Su-57 flank on the Tiger, followed up by the IL-2 attack. Fantastic work by Frubblord. Congratulations, does make it through to the final. Will face off against Lolly in an absolute spectacular final to this first SD2 championship. What a fantastic result. Frubblord gets the victory, 1,600 kills to 800 losses, convincingly again in this matchup between the two players. Potentially, well, we saw Frubblord was on his game with his micro. Potentially Arturo Diaz may not have had a fantastic day today. Potentially that could have been what made the difference. Let's have a quick look at the kills. The Descent Kazalgawi did a great work. I think that was in the central area. the IL2M getting the 2 Tiger E kills, and I think it was very important for Frubblord to get those IL2 kills, sorry, to get those Tiger E kills as soon as he possibly could. I think if those Tiger E's could have been left on the field for a long while, providing supporting fire, really taking out the T-34s, I think this game could have been different. But Frubblord was immediate on the IL-2Ms. He took them out at every single opportunity that he had. And yeah, I've got to say those IL-2M strikes important. And look at this Tiger, this T-34E 3-star one-shot kill on the Tiger E. One-shot kill on the Tiger E. Unbelievable play. Unbelievable play. Fantastic work. That T-34E, we didn't quite capture it, you know, fully on the screen, but we saw it right at the back. What a fantastic work. T-34E, one shot killing a Tiger E. It's got no right. It has no right to make that kill. Fantastic work. Give that man a medal. Also taking out the Panzer IV-H and the Flak 43 37mm. The Su-57 did great work early on. Was it that Su-57? I think that just positioned itself fantastically well. Nearly got the flank kill on the early Tiger E, just didn't manage to do that, but it recovered, moved back and got itself into some fantastic positions. Frubblord really showing he is a master at micro with the Su-57, and after that the IL-2M bomber planes coming in, taking out the Pak-40, the other one coming in, taking out the Panzergrenz, and it was just kind of clearing up the remaining units for Frubblord. The big important kills were the Tiger kills, and he managed to do that from what looks, you know, fairly easily. Let's have a look at the losses for Frubblord. Let's have a look at the kills for Arturo, Diaz. The Panzergrenz got the early kills onto the Flamers, and actually maybe Frubblord might want to look back at his early setup, his deployment of those Miatat Ognia, because actually they came in one after the other. And I think potentially, if they'd have all come in as a group of 3, they might have had more success in that initial town. And then it's mostly 1-for-1 trades, and then the Tiger E kind of at the bottom, showing that it can, you know, it can take out those T-34s. But yeah, those Tigers, the other Tiger here only getting 1 flamer kill. Those Tigers really did not trade well, and I think that was a big part of this game. The Tigers just did not pay themselves off in this game. Congratulations to Frubblord, through to the final. Will face off against Lolly. Commiserations to Arturo Diaz, but he still has a chance to get that 3rd place, playing off against Solo Wing Pixie in the 3rd place match. I'm not sure when that's going to come. Hopefully we'll bring that to you. And yes, congratulations to Frubblord. That was a fantastic game. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it.